Jesus wouldn't quit, Survivor? So that must be back in the back somewhere, the part where nobody reads. First Constipations or one of those books. Phillip got another feather. Unga bugga ba wah 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 wah. Well, I want to know what Phillip did to earn that other feather. I've only earned like 3 feathers in my life, and he earns 2 on one island. That's not fair. I think if he got into Buddhism, he would realize that Buddha is not a god, and that gods are material goods that tie you down to earth. I love people that claim Buddhism and then act like Buddha is a god. Unless you're Tibetan Buddhism, you don't have gods. And Trixie, I was using a power strip this time to light up the green screen, and Trixie tried to knock the power switch off on me. So Phillip steals rice. What a good Buddhist. So the Buddha figured out that fasting was for the birds. But I think if the Buddha was in that situation, he would figure he's in the situation to fast. He wouldn't go stealing somebody else's rice. Phillip is a flake. I'd let them stack them flat so they wouldn't reach 8 feet. Now that was a real stupid roll. Should have given them 7.5 feet or 7 feet of flat stack, so that if they tried to stack them all flat, they wouldn't make it. I would have let them waste their time. I wouldn't have made the special roll for them, telling them not to do it. Poor David. Well, I was hoping Matt would lose this one, but seems Jeff's going to keep on rubbing it in for Matt and not let Matt forget that he was screwed over twice by the same people. So hopefully if Matt does come back in the game, he won't forget. It's not like he forgot last time. He's just being stupid. Oh, you cooked the maggots. Protein. Now, I could see not eating the mold if it's moldy, but what's the problem with the maggots? They're just maggots. Can't even tell them from the rice once you cook it. An eye-opener after he was stealing their rice. What a moron. Phillip was really pissing me off in this one. I mean, claiming Buddhism, obviously not knowing the first thing about Buddhism, then stealing people's rice, and then claiming they're trying to hurt him when he's stealing their food. Counterintelligence is right. I think Phillip was in the Anti-Intelligence Bureau. I hope Phillip managed to get himself voted out. Even though the pagonging continues, this was a good one, just giving some hope that Phillip would get voted out, and instilling enough hate in him that wishing he'd get voted out. Jeff called Phillip slow. I think that's racism. Why not? Everything is racism, isn't it? Boo, Rob. At least Phillip didn't get it. I can't believe Rob actually won a challenge. Is that the first challenge he's ever won? I know he hasn't won many. I don't remember him winning many. Julie hides his shorts. I think that's punishing the rest of the tribe. Oh, really? Julie, what has all the rest of the tribe done to you to deserve that? Making Phillip walk around in his underwear for the rest of the show. Shame on you, Julie. I know where Phillip's head is. Placed firmly in his ass is where it's at. Phillip's former training. What a dumbass. So Phillip in his former training had no reaction when Julie stuck her hand up and said she was the one that took the shorts. I suppose if he was half the man he claims he was, he'd admit that his training must not be that good and he was wrong. Instead, he's not a man. Jeff is perceptive. Now, if they're still going with Jeff not getting to know what's going on with the cameras and the cameramen and all those guys, he sure was able to guess what was going on exactly this time. I suppose after doing the show so many times, you get to know people pretty good. Very good therapy session. I bet that's what these tribal councils are really like. Family counseling. Except you go away hating people more at survivor therapy sessions. Come on, Phillip. Come on, File. Oh well, now nobody knows where Phillip's shorts are. God, can Phillip not spell to save his life? And it's funny, right after I said that about the shorts, Julie stood up and said, well, I guess you're never going to find your shorts now. That poor tribe's going to have to put up with Phillip running around in his not-so-tidy pinkies forever now. So, Phillip is blessed. Rob's getting rid of someone at the right time. And Matt is whining. So Phillip is blessed with sandy toes. Rob's voting for somebody. And Matt's crying. That was the worst preview ever. Well, not ever, because they probably managed to tell even less before, but that one pretty much tells you nothing.